victims distraught husband is a crew member for the Day One Republic.
Hey everybody, this is Buddy. Well, I started one session and it didn't actually work, but I'm on the session, so it looks like it's going to work. So what they've been talking about on the news so far is I don't normally watch the news, but it's interesting to see. Oh, talking about the Pope and sexual abuse of children. Yep. That's sad.
But it's a mea culpa that comes as too little too late for some who suffer the horror.
I'm gonna cut it down just a little bit. Don't want to get no strike right off the bat. But yeah, the church is going to be under a lot of pressure, a lot of, the Catholic Church and really actually other churches. When you got this type of news breaking worldwide, and it's been that way for quite a while. There's been billions and billions of dollars paid out in hush money and things like that with the Roman Catholic Church. But it's time to see a change in the way that we see religion. And I think this is the beginning of exposure on a deep level about the Roman Catholic Church system. Not that it's good, not that it's bad. I don't judge it. I call it what it's talking about on the news. And so when normally I don't watch the news. I got antenna TV, so that's why I'm on NBC. So if you want to follow what I'm talking about, you can go to NBC. And as I see it, what they're saying, and it's breaking the silence of abusers and the abused, and it's a sad situation. The church system is fragmented all over the world. It's not going to change anytime soon, but slowly people are awakening to this type of scandals, and different branches of religion. You've got all kinds of different types of scandals, but as this shift changes and we change our collective way of seeing the consciousness of how they produce the news and what they're actually talking about, and you'll see that over the next months, years, there will be a change coming to how disclosure is affecting the newscasters. The Mockingbird program was real. It's not a conspiracy theory, and they have been CIA and infiltrated with newscasters. He's talking about Trump right now. They want him to testify in front of a special counsel. His hair looks really good, and so the White House lawyer is going to. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm not an expert at what's going on with this Russian scandal, but it looks real obvious to me. The one that actually started the scandal is the other camp, the Democrats. They're not going to talk about Self-Rich right now because they're focusing in on now. But Self-Rich and Julian Assange exchanged emails. And then there was all other kinds of mess. He got killed really, really horribly. Somebody walked up to him on the street and didn't rob him, but they said it was a robbery. It's funny how they can say things and can't really explain it or back it up. And they leave it out there as a mystery. Dang right, it's a mystery. But it's just a lot of talk. They're showing Donald walking up on some microphones right now. And Julian, I may get these names wrong, but he was the mayor of New York City during 9/11. And he's trying to tell Trump to take the fifth. And that's what he doesn't want Trump to speak. And he said, true, is it really true? And that's true. You never know what the truth really is unless you are involved in the truth telling of it. We don't have near the information that we should and could about all of these news stories. Hell, we didn't have the information when it came to World War One, when it came to World War II. I got a great video up on my YouTube channel about the centuries of lies when it comes to wars. Vietnam, all of them. Now they're talking about Melania, her missions. Well, she sure is pretty. She wears some really cool looking clothes. And I don't know the story they're talking about. This is not a time delay thing. They're just, she's right in there. Ah, I heard it. Cyberbullying. Yeah. The WWE really did a big campaign a few years ago about bullying. Yeah. Omarosa called her a dog. That's not good. It looks like a picture of his son walking next to him. It looks like he's grown 6 inches since the last time I seen him. The boy is going to be tall. And that's his son. She does have an accent. I've never really understood exactly where she's from, but she does have an accent. Interesting. She cannot take a bad picture. I will say that. Trump is, the way they got him, showing him in the, you know, he can't take a bad picture right now. The way his hair is looking here lately is just perfect. They're talking back about the family separation. That's what showing the kids that are in like cages and the parents been ripped away from their child. That's an Obama law that was put in place. Now, deadly gator attack. This is like the second time in 2 or 3 months that this has happened. And they're showing the picture of the big alligator. Now, today, a woman was walking a dog and she was taken. 45-year-old was walking a dog a little too close to the water. My heart goes out to her family, and yeah, that's a sad, sad way to go. A residential neighborhood. 8 feet long alligator. Wow. That's something. They said it's an identical attack to a woman that had the same thing happen to her 2 months ago. So evidently in Florida, there are some big alligators. They're having a lot of problem in Florida with this red tide. It's this algae that's in that great big lake they have, and it's instead of going into the swampland, they've got it actually going to the right of Florida into the ocean, into the, you know, the other side, going into the Gulf of Mexico. Oh, another tragic story. Family murder, unthinkable crime, sensationalism. They're going to ham it up, talk about it. That's the type of society that is on the verge of not being able to live within their own mind, their own thinking. And it's almost like insanity, but it's pitiful. Sad story. Don't even really want to give you too much information on it. I don't know why they choose to focus in on some, because there's been a lot of people get killed in the last 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. But this particular one, they've got video. They're showing, how did they get the video so fast? And what gave them yeah, it's, to me, it's sensationalism. And I asked the question, why are they talking about this one case? Because I guarantee you there's 10 other cases that have been similar to this. We had a case here near Springfield, Missouri, where it was a man shot his wife and then he shot himself and he lived. They flew him to a hospital, and as far as I know right now, he may still be alive. So these incidences are happening and popping up all over. People have really got to learn to meditate and go within their heart and try to understand the crises and the insanity that we see. It's a reflection of the collective consciousness wanting to understand the truth. And the truth is true. The Me Too movement is the next thing he's talking about. So you got a lot of pretty women that they talk about Harvey Weinstein, and yeah, that man sure got a lot of people accusing him of a lot of things. That's another societal glitch in the matrix. When we see this, it was prophesied, it was told it was going to happen, and it's happened. It's fallen stars. I don't know Revelation and I don't know the Bible real good, but I do know I have heard it in the past when they talk about these certain prophecies. And when they talk about the stars falling, it ain't necessarily the physical stars falling in the sky. They talking about these type of stars. And it's just weird. Weird. Is anybody seeing me? I'm typing hey to the crowd. I don't see I got anybody watching. Well, that's sad, but maybe it didn't go out like it could have went out when I was streaming. Testing. I've started 11 minutes into it, and I'm testing the system to see if anybody can see me. That ain't good.
Petrified Forest National Park.
Well, I jumped over to see if I could even see myself streaming. I'm so new to this, I don't really even know how it works, but I'm not going to let that stop me. A father and son fleeing for their lives going through these fires in California. I'm pretty sure he's talking about out west, California. Yeah, he said California. Wow. 10 hours at sea for a woman that was, yeah. And then they show in the Olympics. Well, I don't know if this live stream is going to work or not, but it's interesting I've got to do something. I've got to come up with a creative way to, if nobody watching this, that's okay. It's fine. The algorithm's watching it. The AI is watching it. There's things that are in place behind the scenes on YouTube that will either make a channel grow or can kill a channel. And I'm going through a down period right now in my channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to practice this live stream stuff until I get it right. Now, it's a whole lot different than Buddy riding the bicycle, got the helmet on, the glasses. You can't, now you can see my eyes. You can see my face. But I've got to change what I've been doing and try to get to something that's more entertaining to my people. I love to talk about how I exercise and how I have my being in the spirit of the I am. I do believe that our tongue and our words and our thoughts are really powerful. And I'm not a practitioner of any teaching, really not. Christianity, Buddhist, Hinduism, none of that. I'm a student of my heart, and I follow only my heart, and I try to just do the things that are joyful in my life. I did come through an awakening, August the 17th, 2003. A lot of people heard pieces and bits of this story. And maybe on this live stream stuff, I can figure out a way to, you know, present it and tell it where people see that they have a way out of any type of anguish that they go through in their life, because that's what brought me to the end of me. Now he's talking back about the woman that was lost at sea for 10 days.
And on dry land at last.
Wow.
Longstaff had managed somehow to stay afloat and stay alive.
I fell off the back of the Norwegian Star, and I was in the water.
She fell off the back of a cruise ship, the Norwegian Star. She's sunburned. They're showing a picture of the Norwegian Star.
60 miles off the coast of Croatia.
60 miles off the coast of Croatia in Big Sea. Woo! Oh, I see where they're talking about Croatia and Italy, Venice. Amazing. A mile from where she fell overboard. There was no current or nothing that moved her no farther than a mile. I'm suspicious already about the whole story, especially about the way the man pulled her away from the media. And I don't know why it would be something suspicious about it, but I just felt like that scene wasn't right. Something wasn't right about it. I'm suspicious when it comes to the news and the way they do things. Yeah. But look, I'm going to end this stream just to go check everything out. And I may come back live later and have this thing worked out where, you know, we can talk about something. I'm looking at the buttons and playing with it while I got a chance. I shared it to Facebook just to see. It is interesting. I got all the buttons here to share. It's got its own URL. Okay. Well, it's just a test. We'll see how it works out. But hey, anybody watching this after the fact, it could be that it could be convenient for me to do this at 5:30 when the NBC News comes on, and I can talk to people. People can chat back, and I can educate myself on how live stream works, and then we can go from there. It's difficult, but it's worth me trying to bite the bullet to learn how this thing works. So this first one may just be a wash. I may have to take it down, but I don't know how. I got to learn. And so bear with me. Let me see what I'm going to do with this thing. All right. Appreciate you for watching. Thank you. Subscribe, hit that like button. And if you ring the bell, you know you get notifications for whenever I go live. It could be that this is my MO, my forte or something for the future. But if it's not, that's okay too. I appreciate anybody paying attention to what I say. And sometimes it's amazing how many views and people, actually comment and watch what I put up. And yeah, thank you. You really mean a lot to me. I appreciate all of you. Bye-bye.